Right then, the last Premier League predictions of the season. It's game week 38. There's not much to play for other than European positions at this point, and it's very down to the wire, to be fair. This is very much a if you don't win, you're out situation. Obviously, all games being played at the same time because it's the last of the season. Let me move a bit more forward. There we go. So we've got all games on Sunday at 4 o'clock p.m. That's UK time. The home sides: Bournemouth, Fulham, Ipswich, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Spurs and Wolves. So therefore the corresponding grounds you already know. Table, we just look at the situation here with the not the playoffs, sorry, that's the complete wrong league. With the European positions, we've got Arsenal confirmed. Manchester City need a win or a draw, actually. I think they can get away with a draw. Yeah, they just need a draw against Fulham. Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa all on 66 points and Nottingham Forest on 65. So that's the situation that we're going into. So now we'll see what I think. I'm just going to close my window, so I'll be back in a sec. Right, I've just had about 2 issues pop off at once there, so that's interesting. So we're going to kick off with the predictions, starting with Bournemouth and Leicester City. Obviously, Jamie Vardy now done, not playing this one. He had his last game. Good send-off, he got the goal that he needed. And Bournemouth, they've had a good season, to be fair. But they're starting to lose the talent now. They're in 11th. They could finish top 10 with a win if Fulham don't manage to beat Manchester City. But obviously, we already know that Dean Huijsen, something like that. Anyways, the defender, the young centre-back, he's 20 years old. He's going to Real Madrid. Obviously, there's rumours over Kirkes leaving as well. So some of that talent they've got is starting to go. Hopefully, they can use that money and spend it well and have another good season, though. Overall, it's been good for Bournemouth. I see them sending those players out well with a 3-0 win here against Leicester City. Then we've got Fulham and Manchester City. City don't need to go full strength because all they need is a point. But I can see them going fairly strong. Maybe a 2-1 win here for City. Or maybe a 1-0. We'll go 2-1 though. I don't see them putting their all into it, but obviously they'll probably get the job done. Not much to say on that. Ipswich Town and West Ham United, a nothing game really. The last Premier League game at Portman Road for Ipswich. We'll see how they get on next season. We'll talk about that in a later video. But West Ham obviously not had the best of seasons. Picked up towards the end though. Jared Bowen being obviously a brilliant player, scoring plenty of goals towards the end of the season, and to be fair, throughout it, he's been the star man as always. So maybe another goal or two from him here. Maybe a 2-0 win there. Liverpool and Crystal Palace, both of these teams fully in holiday mode, both winning trophies this season. Liverpool obviously the Premier League and Crystal Palace the FA Cup. Maybe Liverpool have a better game because they're at home. But overall, I don't see either team really caring too much. Bit of a holiday game. They're on the beach. Maybe a 2-1, 1-0, 2-0. Going through. We'll go 2-1 with Salah being involved in both of those to break the goals and assist involvements record, and maybe Eze striking another one, although I don't really think he'll play, to be honest. Might be a late substitution like he was in the last game week. Still scored though. Manchester United and Aston Villa. This is a game where there is something to play for as well. Aston Villa obviously pushing for the Champions League again. And Manchester United, the opposition, obviously lost the Europa League to Spurs. So I can see them beating them as well here, Aston Villa. Deflated Manchester United with absolutely nothing to play for. One of the worst seasons ever for Manchester United, really. And Villa having a good season, pushing for something. So let's say 2-0 Villa. Ollie Watkins to be involved somewhere there as well. Another game that means something, Newcastle and Everton. Obviously, Newcastle pushing for Champions League, and Everton nothing to play for. Had a good season though. A few of their players leaving towards the end of the season as well. But I'm going to go with the Newcastle win. 2-0. Isak, and we've got Tonali to be involved somewhere as well, whether he assists or scores. Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. This is the biggest game, arguably. These are both fighting for Champions League, but only one can make it, really. Will it be Chelsea? Will it be Nottingham Forest? I'm going to have to go with Chelsea, I think. Nottingham Forest, obviously still in Europe, but not in the Champions League. Even that is probably still too much for them. It will be a decline next season. Sorry, something caught my eye. That looks really weird. But yeah, obviously, Nottingham Forest, they are a good side, but even in the Europa League or Conference League, whatever they get, it's still probably too much for them. I can see them having a sharp decline next season. And Chelsea going into the Champions League, I'm going to say Chelsea win this one. Just 1-0. Maybe a Cole Palmer redemption goal. Everyone starts glazing him again, I don't know. Another nothing game, Southampton and Arsenal. Could Southampton potentially get another point here? It's not the craziest thing I've ever heard of. Obviously, there's nothing to play for either team. Southampton relegated, can't move any further than 20th with 12 points on the board. Arsenal comfortably in that second position, although Manchester City can catch up to them, but I don't think I think the goal difference is too high there, so they should be fine. We'll go with the Arsenal win still, but I'm just going to say 1-0. Although Southampton have been good for a goal, so that could be wrong, but maybe just a 1-0 there. Can't see it being that active. Spurs and Brighton. I'm going to go with the Brighton win. Spurs won the first trophy in 17 years. They do not care about this game at all. They're probably all still drunk from Wednesday when they come into this on Sunday. So Brighton probably get a few goals in here. I can see this being 3-0 for Brighton, to be fair. There is still something on the line for them. They can push into a European spot, I believe. I think they can get into the Conference League if Chelsea win on Wednesday. And then we've got Wolves and Brentford. A nothing game there. So I'm going to say that Wolves lose to Brentford 3-1. Strang Larsen for Wolves and Buemo and Visser for Brentford, involved somewhere in there. I don't know if it's just them two and one of them gets 2, one of them gets 1. I don't know. But that's what I'm going with. And that is it. That is how we end the Premier League season. I will do a Premier League table comparison to what I predicted at the start of the season, obviously, after this. And also the Championship one will come out. I'll record it after I know who's going up on Saturday. Come on, Sunderland. Anyways, that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you think's going to happen, and subscribe so you don't miss all of the summer content that's going to come out, and also the predictions for next season when they also happen. We do weekly predictions, or at least we try to. I don't think we've missed any actually, other than the odd cup, but we're not focused on the cup as such. It's mainly just Premier League and Championship. But yeah, that's about it for this one. So hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.